Welcome back to the table, Ring of Contrarians. Last time, as each of our party members awoke and headed themselves back into the city, Byrdi having gone back out into the ruins of the orcish encampment to find her father, and the rest to try and find their friends. They found themselves still missing Avola and down one very, very large goat. They came back in, and in addition to fueling up on food and sleep, it was announced that Byrdi and Syphos intended to make their relationship concrete, as it were. Much to the chagrin of her father, however, nobody's going to tell a 59-year-old woman she can or cannot get married. Baths were had, food was eaten, beds were warmed, and a funeral was planned. Take it away, DM.
All right. So, where I think we left off, Byrdi had just awoken with the realization that Vola had y'all's message box.
Yep.
And yet again, it was gone.
Yep.
Theo would have gotten up early to shower and stuff.
Shower and stuff?
He hadn't bathed yet, so
Yeah. And you're kind of just sitting in a gross, itchy clothes.
You're still in those damn itchy clothes.
I'm not getting rid of that +2. Are you fucking kidding me? No.
Just deal with that itch.
To deal with that itch. Until Dio can get new clothes, which, I mean, he might be able to now.
Yeah.
Actually, he needs to get his disguise cap reattuned. He can just go around naked, but anyway.
Yeah. I mean, until something attacks you, sure.
Attacks you. Shit. Anyway, he's gonna bathe, and does he have enough time to? No, we'll just have him bathe.
Okay.
Syphos wants to go find Jarvis.
Jarvis?
Yeah.
Okay. As you begin to exit your room, alright. You just gonna go around looking for him?
Yeah, I'm kind of casually looking for him.
If only he had bells that he had told us about.
Oh, yeah. No, Syphos would remember those. Yeah, never mind. It rings a bell.
Okay.
Rings a bell for Jarvis. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
As you ring a bell, you get to like the third ding, and you hear a knock on your door just softly.
Go open it.
Jarvis is standing there. Did you ring, sir?
Yes, Jarvis. Do you know whether there are any leather gloves or anything?
Yes, I believe we have some level gloves in the barracks. Do you need?
I need a set. New staff's a little slick. I'm not used to dealing with metal ones. I'm used to wood, and they don't slide as far.
Of course, sir. Well, I'll fetch you a pair of gloves right away. And you see him walk out of the door frame.
Oh, Jarvis, one more thing. I kind of look around. Byrdi's not around, right?
Nope.
Nope.
I spawned outside somewhere. As usual.
Jarvis, for a moment.
Yes?
Do you know anywhere I can get the ring resized?
Well, I believe... I think most of the jewelers are out of the city at the moment.
Of course. Probably have to wait to Orwell. Okay. Thank you, Jarvis.
You pricks,
No
there's a
problem.
funeral going on, and you're fucking planning for shit. Born, motherfucker, born.
I gotta celebrate a wedding.
Celebrate a wedding. Bitch, you ain't having one. Not for a while.
You don't know that.
No, bitch, you're going to a funeral.
So, Leafin, what are you up to?
Well, after my 4 hours of sleep, I guess I would have gotten up and probably chilled out with Corn for a bit. Maybe gone right back to sleep.
Yeah.
And then gotten back up once everyone else got up and gently tried to pry him off of my head.
Oh yeah, he's definitely clinging on to you.
Okay. Would I be able to like stand and walk and he's just like sitting up there?
Oh yeah. Well, he's not sitting on your head. He doesn't have horns to grab onto. He mostly like rests across your shoulders,
Oh, okay.
wrapping his tail around one of your arms.
Oh, it kind of does like the bola thing.
Oh, okay.
The boa.
Yeah.
Oh, that works. Well, I'll get up and head down to the kitchen and see if, just leaving him there. He can nap for a while longer if he'd like.
Oh no, he's up and ready and just... He's told you a few things about where he came from and his love for passion fruit and dragon fruit. Great.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
You need to get a pair of like antlers that you can put on your head. They can like wear, and then you can have a spot for him to sit.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Drape himself along.
And not only that, it'd be aesthetically like it would work for a druid. So
For the druid aesthetic, yeah.
yes.
Except I have this feathered hat, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's a nice feather. All right, Kaine, what are you up to?
She is still in her bedroom taking her sweet time finishing or reading one of the mangas that Jarvis gave her.
Nice. And you did find that there were a total of 7 in there.
Oh, there's 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Milk 23. Still remilking.
All right. And Byrdi is doing her exercises. Find it's a little... Not sure if it's your old age or what, or just that it was a really hard day yesterday. But you're finding this your exercises is like doing like 1 less rep than your repetition of your sword swing than you're used to, and I mean you're only able to get like 85 pull-ups in.
You have no idea how much that pisses me off.
Amateur hour. God.
Yeah, no, Byrdi's probably gonna come back in irritated.
Yeah. But and yeah, it's you're gonna have to get used to being a little older now. Damn that vortex.
Kill that orc when I find him.
Bitch, you're on the waiting list.
So, after a little while, y'all gonna meet up in any particular area?
Probably the cafeteria.
Yeah, just having the
Yeah.
This has basically become our group's new MO.
Yeah.
Ooh, while waiting for them, can I use my druidcraft to see what the weather's looking like today?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Just for-
first time he's ever done this.
I know, that's why I want to do it.
You get you call upon the spell and you see a depiction of what looks like just dust blowing around in a circle above your hand.
Looks like
You
it's
are-
gonna be windy today.
Yeah, you are in a desert. You are in the middle of a desert.
I feel like this is a pretty constant thing around here.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh, hey, Syphos.
Hello. Syphos now is a little southern. That was a new one. Sorry.
You feeling all right?
No.
I made it downstairs.
Oh yeah.
Hi, morning, everyone.
Morning, how are you?
I'm not gonna lie, not great, but that's kind of how today's gonna go. Let's see. I have something to talk about once everyone gets here.
Understandable.
Did I miss anything last night? I kind of tried to avoid everyone, and I apologize, but haven't really been in the mood.
We got to speak with Byrdi's father.
All right. Is he all right? Is he got my message then? That's good.
Alright's a relative word.
All right. Is he injured?
Not physically.
Well, he was in a bit of a shock last night, I think. Probably from Byrdi and Syphos announcing that they're going to get married.
Oh, right. I see. Interesting.
That was fun. And also, he knows that I have a pact with the demon.
I just
He's not too happy about that one.
Ah, you're just laying out all the cards, aren't you, buddy?
You know, it was one of those nights.
Thump, thump. You guys can hear Byrdi coming in the room, and she just slams open the door.
Something sounds angry.
God, all but damn it, this stupid story. She comes over, and she huffs down on the bench.
But are you okay?
She like flex her wrist, and you can hear like all of her joints in her wrist popping. It's like,
Hi, I know you're upset, but where's Kaine?
Someone's probably gonna have to drag her out of her room again.
Probably a good idea. Jarvis?
Yes, sir. As he's standing right behind you.
Where the hell did you come from?
I have
he
to
was
say, you're
right
probably
there.
one
Did
of
you
the
not
best.
see him?
You're probably one of the best butlers I've ever met.
Thank you, sir.
I
am a good Batman, yes.
Were we able to make preparations in the capital for Clive?
Well, I have not been able to speak with anyone at the temple. If you wish, I can send another person there.
If you wouldn't mind, that'd be great. Also, could you get Kaine? She's probably needs to be down here.
I will see if she is up for a bit of breakfast. Yes,
Hi,
sir.
yes, thank you.
And you see him open the door and walk out.
All right. It's gonna be a long day,
You're not
but
wrong.
And Dragonborn walks up to y'all's little table. Hello, is there anything that I can get for your breakfast today? He has what looks like a discoloration under one eye.
are you? all right?
Where's insert halfling name here?
Bard.
But
Bart?
No, that's still wrong.
That is the name.
Are you sure?
Yes, I
Yes.
went back.
Yeah,
I
that's
went
his
through
name.
and fixed it. Yes, that is the name.
That's his name.
That is the name I went through and put several times, except for the last one, because I was like, I have no time. I'm sorry, and we just started calling him Mo for some reason.
Yeah.
But Bard is the name.
Okay.
Bart. Yeah. Where's? Are you all right? You
Yes, it's. I had a run-in with our head chef. He seemed very mad. I had to explain that I did not go into the kitchens last night, and he finally put down the knife.
Syphos gets up, looks at his tail.
There is a bandage wrapped around it several times, up and down. Almost a diaper.
Huh.
you think you could do bacon and eggs?
Yes, I will see if one of our cooks is. If we have some more eggs in stock right now.
If not, just toast.
Okay, very well.
Oh, same here, please.
We do have a very large assortment of cinnamon rolls, if you would like some of those.
Ooh.
That sounds nice. I think I remember hearing them last night.
Byrdi looks across the table at Leothan, makes eye contact with him, raises one eyebrow, and then looks away.
Okay.
Cinnamon rolls for myself as well.
Cinnamon rolls, okay.
I think I've changed my mind. I'll take a cinnamon roll. That
Cinnamon
sounds
roll,
good.
okay, of course.
No, everything that they just ordered, I want all of it.
So cinnamon roll, bacon, toast, and eggs if we have them.
Yep.
Very well. I
Alright.
will go and give the
Potatoes
orders.
are also helping.
I will give you orders to the chef. I will be back shortly.
Thank you.
He walks away.
So apparently, in addition to making your body not move as easily or as well as it used to, old age also makes you ridiculously hungry. She puts her glass down.
You know, speaking of that, I was wondering, do you think it'd be worth looking into possibly finding a way to reverse the effects of the rift that
It
it's
would be
had on
nice.
Hi, you kind of lost 20 years. You know,
And then, like some of us, I don't age as gracefully. So,
I know.
I still think you
That's-
look beautiful.
thank you.
That's fair. I've got something to talk about, but we're heading. So Last night I was able to get into contact with my sister.
Mhm.
Apparently she's been looking for me for the past 7 years.
Oh,
Mhm.
Oh wow.
well, at least she still cares.
Apparently my parents think I'm dead, which is quite unfortunate. I'm going to have to contact them, let them know I'm not dead.
To be fair,
Everyone's thinks that.
everybody's parents thought they were dead.
Not mine.
Yours don't count, honey.
Oh, sad day.
Ah, that hurts.
Syphos' little tear kind of just goes right down his eye, just like, oh, okay.
Right, I know we're a bit of a time crunch, but since we might be heading to Orwell, I was wondering if we could perhaps let her meet us there. Let her join with us, because she's made up her mind that she's going to follow us after I've told her no.
But where is she right now?
South of Wellstein. She's going to have to... She said it'd be about a week to get to Orwell.
All right. Well,
Maybe.
that leaves us to discuss first what we're gonna do. Are we
Right.
gonna go back through Orwell, or are we chasing after Julianus and the rest of the fucks? Because they went north.
Right now, we need the keystone. Our biggest priority is closing this rift. Needs to be.
I'd have to agree with Syphos on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, people listen to me.
People listen, when you're not making randomized options.
I feel attacked right now. Just saying.
I apologize.
No, you're okay.
I'm a little out of my depth at the moment.
Anyway,
Out of my age range? Somewhere.
With
I don't
us.
feel right.
but y'all don't mind her coming with us then? Probably could use another pair of hands, right?
I mean, more the merrier. Are you sure you want your sibling with you?
Are you sure you want your sibling with us?
I trust y'all. Y'all are fine.
I'm more worried about your mental state.
To be fair, it might...
I don't want to sound overbearing. I was an older brother myself, and I was very protective of my sister. So, I can understand. But she will be fighting a lot. You cannot be overprotective when she's on the battlefield.
I'll do my best, but it's not a matter of... if we decide not to wait for her, she's probably going to catch up. I don't think I'm going to be able to stop her.
Well, she's going to be kind of chasing her own tail at that point. I mean, we have Corn, our lovely... Is Corn here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I could have poured over Corn. Corn can help us locate this. She would kind of be following very loose trails. So I think if she's very adamant to come, we should wait in Orwell, have her join us properly, and at least having another pair of hands isn't going to kill us, for the most part.
Alright, thank you.
What is your sister good at?
Well,
I assume annoying people.
No.
thanks, Syphos. It's going to be a long day. I really need this from you right now. What I remember is she was doing any combat before I left.
No.
No. Before I left, there wasn't much of anything, but when I contacted her last night, it seemed that she had battle experience of some kind.
Okay.
Favors the Great Axe. I'm assuming she's got some fighting capabilities.
So a halfling with an axe.
Mm-hmm.
Does Fargo have a military?
It's not huge. We get along.
I assume it's
I
mostly
don't think
Navy
so.
since you guys are an island, right?
To be fair, maybe one of us should have been paying more attention in life. Not getting drunk at parties and making music.
Sounds about right.
Not a military that fights on the island very much.
I am instilled with confidence.
Listen, I'm not going to tell her no because I already tried that and it didn't work, so
And you want to see your family.
I want to see family.
All right. Well, seeing family's fine, but if her coming along is going to put her in more danger than being helpful, it would probably be a better idea to get her in touch with somebody else who's doing something else. That would also be helpful to whatever
certainly
cause.
try to stop her, Byrdi.
I was a caravan guard for 10 years before I even got to the level that I could take the entrance exam to become a rifter.
I also got really lucky.
And I've got nearly 2 decades worth of experience fighting to be at the level that we in this group are at right now. Most of us have been at this for a while. Theo, you have been playing music for how long?
Quite a while.
Quite a while. Leilfin was in college for fucking 50 years.
That's a bit different. And I'm pretty sure it was 80, wasn't it?
I'm actually having to look at my notes. Forgot.
I'm pretty sure it was 80 years of druid school.
No,
No, actually, it was 50.
Yeah,
Was it
I was
50?
pretty sure it was 50. His
Yeah, it was.
His age was closer to 80.
I was 43.
Right?
I actually graduated when I was 93.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Right. Well,
So-
if it makes you, yeah, I'm going to be contacting her tonight, but
No, have her meet us in Orwell. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, don't get your heart set on her being at a level where she's going to be safe coming with us. Because wherever we go to do things, the majority of the people on this continent can't handle that.
I
With the
understand.
very rare exception of some very, very old, experienced adventurers, wizards, and crazy
I
gunpowder
understand.
mechanics.
All right.
At the very least, we could talk to her and just ask her herself what kind of skills she's picked up on the way.
Mhm.
If anything, we could probably try and send her after Ebola, wherever she is. Have you tried contacting her?
Honestly, no, I haven't. If last night I only had enough energy to cast that spell once, but now that I've had a rest, I might be able to get into contact with both of them tonight. But honestly, I don't think Bola would have left for if it wasn't important. She hasn't disappeared on us before, has she? And she left behind a magical item and her amulet, so she wasn't robbed. So my best guess is that she left for a reason.
Well, speaking of Vola, going forward, since I know that she was adept at restoration magic, do I need to attune some more healing spells just in case?
Yeah, it might be also useful for somebody else to learn message, because Vola took our instant message box with her.
I think you mean sending, but that doesn't matter.
I'm afraid I don't know that one.
I can pick up sending. And I can
that'll be
also pick
useful.
up a healing spell as well, Leofin.
Right, it might be good to split that between the two of us.
Right. Probably gonna have to get rid of some of my spells, but it's alright. I've got spells I don't use anymore anyway. Are those cinnamon rolls coming any soon?
Eh?
I'm ready for the cinnamon rolls.
So, as y'all are talking and conversing about that, Kaine, sitting on your bed, reading more manga, you do hear a light knock on the door, just
So then, she still reading the book. She walks over to the door, and can she use her tail to open it?
no, sadly.
You were not that dexterous.
Oh, what do you mean?
I'm
You
joking.
got a +8 in dexterity. Anyways, she does uses one arm to open it while still reading.
Hello, Kaine. Your party is downstairs, gathering, eating breakfast. They were wondering if you're willing to come downstairs and eat with them, maybe talk about the day you will be having, I believe.
Yeah, let me just grab 2 more books, and then I'll be down there real quick.
Of course, madam. And he starts to step away and kind of look in the hallway, and he's just gone.
Okay. Well, she after she finishes her sentence of eroticism, I guess if you'll call it, she looks at the covers to try to see what's the most interesting looking ones from her 6 books that are left.
Yeah.
And then she picks and chooses 2, and she opens up her book that she was reading, and then she slowly walks to where the dining area is.
Okay. And the rest of the party, the battered waiter did come by, bringing cinnamon rolls, bacon, and toast. And sorry, there were no eggs. I apologize.
It's fine.
Is there anything you wish to drink, or we have some barley tea, some water, and other things.
Any light ales?
Yes, we do have it's more of a watered down ale at this point, but
I'll buy around.
okay. Very well. After eating for a little bit, you do see Kaine walk into the room, 2 books under an arm and 1 open, as she walks towards the table.
Hello, Kaine. How are you?
She says as she finds a seat.
So standard kind of. Got it. Wait a minute. Is that a new book?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to say where I got it from, but I found some.
Nice.
Kind of lean over to her. In Draconic. Where did you get them?
She starts sweating profusely a little bit as she's contemplating whether she should tell him or not. So in her head, she chooses to flip a coin.
Okay.
And hold on.
Just flipping a coin in her mind.
Yeah.
As you do so, you look up and you see Jarvis staring at you through the hole in the wall in the kitchen. He's not in the dining room in the common area with y'all. He's in the kitchen staring through the hole at the wall towards you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so do I have to roll an intimidation check?
The intimidation check?
Yeah.
See if
Like,
you
do I
can
see him or?
Oh, you see him.
Okay.
He's just staring at you.
So should I roll an intimidation check?
Are you trying to intimidate Jarvis?
Well, no, I'm not trying to. I'm just.
What would you roll against it?
You would roll in wisdom.
A wisdom?
Yes.
Okay.
So she's gonna fail.
Wisdom save. I think,
Where?
right?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw. Well,
Okay. +2.
Oh, okay. Better than I thought.
7. Okay, so I failed.
Oh yeah, no, you rolled a 19. As he just stares at you. Just a calm, placid face.
He's just staring at me.
So she
Menacing.
looks around, and she said in Draconic, "It was the butler."
Syphos, I just kind of look at her with shock and awe. I just kind of
Byrdi just nods her head.
I kind of look over towards Jarvis.
He's gone.
Well, you better treasure those. And then she kind of back to the group. Our watered down ales here.
Oh yeah.
Everyone, a toast to Clive. May not have been with us as long as I'd hope, and I may not have been as nice as I should have been, but
You weren't.
he saved all of us ever so graciously, and we shall miss him. Cheers.
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 And Syphos slams back.
Now we play the waiting game.
So, yeah, actually, we do have some time since we'll be waiting. What, you said it would be a week by the time she gets to Orwell?
Aye, she said it'd take her about a week, maybe a little longer.
Well,
There's, apparently there's an issue we're probably gonna have to take care of after we get this rift closed.
another issue after the rift? What's that?
We've all heard of him, but apparently there's this person called the Baron.
Oh.
Right.
What are we going to do about it?
I don't know, but I'm thinking that after we get this portal closed, we were going to head to Wellstein and meet up with Malachi, right?
If we can find them, yeah.
Aye.
See if we can officially get reestablished, I guess.
It's a matter of getting by the Baron is kind of what I'm hearing.
I imagine that's something we can look into once we get this done, because we have to travel all the way south first just to even start looking for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Speaking of that portal, Corn.
Hmm? And you
So-
see his eye, like, start to open up, and he looks over at you.
So when a couple of us came in contact with that rift, it seemed to accelerate time for us and cause our bodies to age. Do you know anything about this phenomenon, or maybe a way it could be reversed?
Well, there's a temporal flux, essentially. I was having a lovely dream. So many passion fruits. But, yes, so you said some of you aged drastically. I see, this one has some gray in her hair, some added wrinkles. You don't look that different. You don't look that different. The Dragonborn looks a little older. His head tilts down and looks at you, Leaf, and is like, "You don't look that different either." To be honest, but yes, no, the effect you're under is just the pure effect of time. Whatever the rift is connected to, it's created a little bit of a time. It's hard to explain. There is a bit of a differential between y'all's time here and the time there. In fact, before the thing stabilizes, there could be a chance that everything in the area starts aging rapidly.
How rapidly are we talking?
You aged from the explosion itself. Who was the closest to it?
That would be me.
Grandma,
And you lost years, it would appear.
added.
Mm-hmm.
Semantics, really.
I'm just waiting for Byrdi to punch me.
But if that was probably only like a split second, I would say over the course of a few, I don't know, weeks, months, years, the time in the area will accelerate at least probably around 100%. Well, not 100%'s relative anyway. Let's say for every day, at least in a few months, probably every day further away from this location, let's say in 100 miles away from here, every day there would be, could be anywhere from 4 days here to a couple of weeks.
Byrdi was like had like a fork halfway to her mouth, but it was like piled on with like a chunk of bacon and cinnamon roll, and so like she had like a huge fucking fork. She just drops the whole thing. I'm sorry. What?
Oh yes, as the portal becomes more and more stable, the time flux here will be far greater. Also, it'll allow for things to finally travel through. There's the time differential right now is causing a pushback effect. At the moment, if you were trying to get anywhere close to it, which I did, and it was painful, your body is essentially trying. The realm itself is pushing you back as you're pushing forward, and your body is slowly starting to age. Well, quickly. Somewhere in between. Moderately starting to age.
Right, but it sounds like the effects are permanent then.
Well, all things are negotiable, I suppose. It depends on where you go, who you know. I know of a few people over in the Void and that have made whole businesses on being able to reduce the ravages of time. Really popular in those areas too.
Well, there you go, Byrdi. We just have to go into the Void and find Korn's friends and talk to them.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Absolutely
I don't
not.
think they're my friends either. I just know of people.
It was mostly a joke, but...
Oh, of course.
Well, that pretty much answers that question then.
So we leave tomorrow, or this afternoon.
I would say sooner rather than later. If we can talk to Orwell, hopefully get Clive his proper burial.
I am just waiting for Jarvis to come back with the information.
Mm-hmm. Then we can spend the week in Orwell, get prepared, hopefully.
Maybe we could look into that island for the dwarves.
Also true. We need to look into that. Because that's definitely pressing. And
That sounds more than just a week problem.
That's well, knowing us, we can make it a week problem. We took to the whole fortress in 2 days, really.
But I almost died.
Listen, friend, there was 2 of us in that explosion. Trust me.
You didn't almost die, though.
No, I 100% did. I had 5 health after that entire thing.
Oh, that part.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant underground. I was talking about underground.
Oh no, I was talking about the whole thing. It was weird.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, he almost
It was
died.
one of those weird out-of-body experiences. It's like someone took over for a minute.
I'm
Anyway.
fine.
But, anywho,
You're welcome, Ben.
this is what I get for missing a week.
Jared saved your character. It's okay.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. So, if we at least investigate the island a little bit.
It gives us time to do stuff while we wait.
Exactly. And if it seems like a relatively simple fix. Again, I'm really hoping it's just the one problem that we had with that orc, and hopefully he just is really smart and found out the way to fly the island.
That bird just floated off by itself.
You know,
Or it's a completely different island.
I kind of look over at Byrdi.
Oh man, I hope there's not more than one.
Let's face it. It's probably not. That's kind of very coincidental, even with magic.
Well,
Syphos is smug, so he's not going to accept the fact.
That there could be 2 floating islands.
Yeah.
Neo gets up and looks for Jarvis.
Looks for Jarvis.
Yeah.
As you start standing up, you see Jarvis across the room, sitting at a table.
Yeah, it's
Just
a little harder for
hands
someone who's
crossed.
about 3 feet tall. Sorry if it's easier for you normal people.
His hands just crossed, sitting on the table, looking down on a piece of paper as he's just reading along.
Jarvis, I know it's a bit soon, but have you heard anything back yet?
Oh, yes. I did send a person over to see if they've been able to get in touch with the temple there. There is a person who you might want to get in touch with. His name is... what was his name?
I swear to God, it's Priest there. I'm going to promise
Priest.
Carter.
Alright, Carter?
Yes.
Alright.
I believe he is a gnome. But for the particular burial that you're looking at, he is the person to speak with.
All right. I guess I should probably head over there then.
No. If you want, we could have some people transport the body, or if you want to take care of it yourself.
If you could actually have some people help me transport the body, I would very much appreciate that.
Of course.
He's kind of heavy.
Yes, I imagine so.
I'm gonna go relay this information back to the table.
I was about to say, is he within earshot of us?
It's across the room.
Oh, okay.
Right, so, Corn, you said this key thingamabob was in what was where? In what direction?
Well, I'm hoping it's in the south. Is something down there that I can smell. Down there? Up there? Is it a relative here?
No.
Kind of.
Yes. Sure, it's saying, yeah, it's relative.
So,
He's getting whiffs of it, and last we heard, the orcs seemed to be trying to push south. It's probably what they were trying to get.
This
would
roll
make
is
sense.
round, right?
Hmm?
This roll is round, yes.
All
Yes.
worlds are round, Jared.
this world is round.
Yeah, so then it's all relative.
Also, when are we going to address the money elephant in the room?
The what?
Weren't
Have I
we supposed to
gotten
be
back yet?
getting paid? Sorry, I know that sounded greedy, but
If I made it back yet.
Yeah.
Oh, the money problem. You mean how you spent all of ours?
no, how we're supposed to be getting money, smartass.
Smart ass. Well, I mean, you did spend all of our money without her consent, and we've never actually addressed the issue.
And also,
Oh.
who found all the money?
We did. Actually, as a group, we found all the money.
Well, who's smart enough to actually go get it?
We were. I went down there myself, I remember correctly.
No, you went down there and pointed it out. I went down there and got it.
I was
brought
just
money
worried
up
someone's
too.
getting charged for more damages or something.
Right. Actually, I'm covered there.
Oh, okay.
Right. I got the council to cover me for that.
Oh, wonderful.
Kills one giant, decides to get all the
I did
all the
more than
government flack.
I did a little bit more than kill one giant.
Considering that we have to travel very far south and go on a mission to find a rare magical item, I'm not going to turn down extra funds that'll help us get there,
Exactly.
especially since we put in a pretty good fight helping the city.
Who do you think we'd have to talk to? I'm assuming the council, but
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yes, I was the one who promised the payment.
Jarvis.
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Who do we speak to about getting our payment? Because we're going to have to be leaving soon.
You see him stand up and approach your table and say, well, I can show you to Cull. I believe he was the one that said he would finance your group for helping the city.
Okay.
Hooray! More paperwork.
Not for us.
It might also be a good idea to inform the council what we know about the effects of the rift and what we're trying to do to close it, since it is right outside their city,
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
in case they want to evacuate or send more people here to study the effects.
They might be able to get some scientists on it. Scientists.
Maybe there's a way to slow it down. Who knows?
They may be able to get some mages on it. Take out that scientist part.
Oh, it's mages, that's what you meant. Okay.
Kenneth?
Makes a lot more sense.
Arcanists.
All right.
What
Well,
is this science you speak?
when just let me know if you've when you finish your meal. I will direct you to Cull. I believe he's made it in this morning. He was over in Orwell finishing up some agreements that were set there.
What agreements?
About trying to find housing for the people that we had already sent over to Orwell.
Got it.
We weren't certain if we would have a city after this, so
You're welcome.
They're still not certain, Syphos.
At least we've bought a little time.
Well, if they don't mind living underground, there's 3 underground cities that need populating.
You know that's not untrue.
Dwarves don't breed that fast. There's no way they'd have enough people to repopulate all of the
That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
And also,
all those mine cities.
also, Byrdi, you would remember, and this was a while back.
Yeah.
They were having problems with the glowstone in that region of the.
They're having
mountains.
problems with the glowstone over the whole mountain.
Yeah, for the entire southern range. So
Did we figure out what that was?
I don't think many people were living back down in those cities.
Yep.
Y'all never found anything out about that.
Pointing out, being like, "Oh, that's weird."
I had other things on my mind at the time.
Yeah.
Like why?
Armies.
Can't imagine it.
Family.
Yeah.
So,
Hometowns. Yeah. Country roads.
Take me home.
I call home.
West Virginia.
they can't copyright strike us if we're all just saying random words, right?
Dan's just like, I have to cut all this.
It was less than 10 seconds. It's
Exactly.
alright.
So I guess we just go to Cole.
Well, we finish up eating and re-summon Jarvis and go get the good goal.
And he leads you up the stairs and down to Cole's door. After a couple knocks, the door opens and you can see Cole sitting at his desk. And as you remember the room, Syphos, there's just paperwork all over the place. And it doesn't look disheveled. It's all neat and orderly. And you just see his one spot. There's like a stack about yay high, about a foot and a half. And a stack on the other side that's about 2 feet tall. And a quill, an ink well, and just a nice little empty spot where there's just one page. And he looks up at it. Hello.
Greetings, Colin. How are you?
I am very good. We were able to make a proper deal with the dwarves. Finally got the last bit of that paperwork out of the way.
Lucky you.
He just continues writing down. So I imagine you're here for the payment I offered you.
That is correct. We are going to be heading out soon, so.
Very good. And he puts his pen down. If one of you wouldn't mind taking a seat.
Syphos will sit.
Reaches over, pulls a drawer open, pulls a binder 2 inches thick out,
Oh my
and
god.
lays it in front of you. So this is
boy.
this is a standard contract. We were under some very pressing matters before, but I would much appreciate it if you would sign it now. I only need you to sign. I think your signature in this would be around 40 times. It's, I assure you, very standard.
My hand's already cramping up.
Byrdi kind of leans over Syphos' shoulder and looks at the folder. Is this familiar at all?
I mean, it wasn't as thick of a binder for you, signing it up on different caravans and whatnot, but as you read over just like a couple of the sentences or the phrasings on the first page, it does look similar to a caravan guard's contract.
I don't have the patience for this, and I've got things I've got to get taken care of.
Don't worry.
Of course.
I'm going to go to Orwell, all right?
We shall meet you there.
All right, thank you.
Give me about an hour.
No, 15 minutes, he's got them all tabbed.
Oh no, I want to make sure we're not getting screwed.
Now, if you want to read it, it will take probably 3 hours before they can get.
I kind of look at him. Ha! You're fun. Father taught me well.
40 pages, you can knock that out in an hour. If you're gutting it, you can knock it out in 15 minutes.
Oh no, trust me, Syphos got really good with reading contracts from his mercantile days.
All right, well. It was very good working with you, and I am sorry for your loss.
Oh, thank you. Pleasure helping out the city. I'm gonna head out now.
Very well. Now, as for you, if you would like to look at subsection B, paragraph 2 of
Page 1.
And we're gonna flip to the other side before this becomes basically the Senate talks of the.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find my dad.
it's probably for the best.
Yeah. No, it's not gonna be exciting.
Yeah. So
For anybody but Corn.
Until you start
maybe.
shoving your
And,
lightsaber through the contract, it's not gonna be fun.
That's what I call my
alright,
penis.
so
Sorry, I had to. It was there.
Leafin, what are you doing?
Syphos, I think I'm gonna go visit with my parents for a while you take care of this. And everyone else is splitting up, just doing their own thing.
Pretty much. Byrdi kind of walks up the door and goes, meet up at sundown?
What time is it right now?
It's if you were to ask Byrdi, it is about 10:30.
Wait, meet up where, Byrdi?
In Orwell.
Orwell? Alright.
Yeah, before you.
Well, sundown here, it'll be different time in Orwell, but
Where do you want to meet in Orwell? Do we remember a bar that we...
There was that one bar you tried singing in.
there was also the bar that we went and had that discussion with Tyrion in.
Tyrion, yeah.
we'll do the one where I try to sing in, that way I can get a second chance. Round 2, motherfucker, and there's no racists in sight.
Yeah.
Except a bunch of dwarves, so pretty much everyone, but you're substandard racist.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's okay, Syphos won't be there for a little bit.
Copper-coated cup.
Copper coated cup.
Hi, well, we'll meet there, because that's the one I can remember.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so right
Tiny,
here in
you have to
subsection
take your
B,
nose out
paragraph
of the
7.
to walk.
Oh my god. Please, cut.
Don't worry, I already know.
No. Cut to somebody else, because we are not talking about
Oh.
like, paperwork for the next 30 minutes.
Oh,
There's a reason none of us are lawyers.
Yeah.
We're on the 3rd level. I will throw myself out this window. I'll do it, motherfucker.
We're on the 2nd, thank you.
So,
You would
as we
survive that fall.
as we cut over to other people, because not even I want to go through it. I've had to read too many. I'm not doing another one unless I have to.
Oh, no, yeah, I mean,
God.
standard deal.
Yeah. So
many.
cutting over to somebody else.
Yay!
Literally anybody.
Anybody at all. We're gonna go see what Lloyd's doing real quick. And then Malachi. We're getting cutscenes, people.
It's like, fuck it, we're gonna go check on Frederick. Oh, he's still dead.
Oh yeah, he's still dead.
It's like he's somehow not decomposing.
just cuts back to the same exact spot. It's just his decomposing corpse there.
Yeah.
Just
Nobody brought her back.
minutes, and then just cuts back to somebody else afterwards.
It's just a
Just a
a
beholder floating
skeleton.
by in the
Yeah.
background,
Actually, no, he starts.
skeleton on the ground.
Even better.
Oh,
reading a book.
I was about to say, even better. Starts getting up.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, guys. I'm
Oh
fine.
no!
It's like, shit.
where's
All
everybody?
the Sturges start attacking him then.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh god.
So,
Shit.
Very disappointed Sturges.
all right. Let's go with Byrdi real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was in the room with the Syphos. I was about to be like, no. I thought we agreed.
I would go find my dad.
Yeah, we just want to see what Byrdi's thinking about this contract.
Jesus fucking Christ, Syphos, shut the fuck up, please.
Yeah, so Byrdi goes off to find her dad.
Yep.
And After looking around for a little bit, you do find Donner. You check his room, check the common room again, and check the bathroom. Not in any of those. You start looking around, and you just like walk into the nearest room, grab a bell, and ring it.
Yep.
And Jarvis come. You hear again a knock on the door frame. Yes, ma'am.
Is my dad in the library?
Yes, I believe he is.
That's what I thought.
Do you wish me to show you?
Where the library is? Yes, I do.
Of course. And he takes you directly to it, where you do find your father sitting in a very cushy chair with a book in hand next to a empty fireplace. And he's just fingering through a book. You can see his eyes flick across the page and then just speed reading.
So while she was looking in the rooms for her dad, she would have grabbed her pack as well. So when she gets to the library and she sees him doing that, she watches him do that for a little bit because it feels nice. And then she kind of makes her way over, big exaggerated movement so he can see her out of the corner of his eye coming. And then she plops her sack of many things down on the carpet in front of him and starts pulling out all of the paperwork that she stole from Orcblood's camp. And she says, "So I know this is probably not something you wanted to look over again, but I figured you were the only person I could ask if you could help me put these back in a reasonable order."
But one.
It would also give us a chance to talk about anything you wanted to talk about.
Okay. Let's start with this page. And he just picks one up. So, this Dragonborn.
And then we cut away.
Syphos Magnus III. I think this goes one after it.
Thank you. I don't like him.
I can't imagine.
Any particular points?
The whole making a deal with the demon thing seems a little... what is the word? Stupid.
Fair point. I've told him something similar.
Does your mother know?
Oh yeah, she knows.
He's made a deal with the demon.
No, she doesn't know that.
We should probably not tell her.
Yeah.
She will bury a knife in him.
Yeah.
So, yes, I do believe this is a bitch. As we cut over to the next people in line. Leafin, you're going to go see your parents.
Yep. Oh, is Korn coming with me? Or...
Oh, Korn is definitely latched on to you.
Oh, okay.
You and your dad are his favorite people.
Great. I'm okay with this.
Can't wait to add him to initiative.
He's fucking adorable, you kidding me?
I want to see him. I want to see what he can do.
He doesn't count as a beast, though, huh?
No, he does not. He's a dragon.
Just turn around, turn into a little dragon. Like, hey, man.
What's up? You have the sudden urge to be a chatterbox. You can see Korn's head like looking back and forth down the street at the several different buildings, and he brings his head back down to you. So, where are we going? I will, what's
Well,
that?
our party is about to leave for probably quite some time as we travel south to look for that keystone.
Yes.
And I wanted to spend some time with my folks, at least for today, until we decide to venture off again.
I see. So your people are sentimental. That is very interesting.
Are dragons not very sentimental?
Some can be. I mean, if you're talking about greater dragons, they typically, once a smaller dragon is found by an elder, the elder will take it under its wing, but for some of the other dragons, like myself, we typically only stay together for a brief period of 3-4 months, and then off on our own and looking for whatever interests us.
Interesting.
Indeed.
I'd say that sounds sad, but if that's just the way things are, then...
Oh, yes. It's quite lovely, actually. I've been out of the nest for a good 6 months, and it's been great.
Only 6 months, and you've already traveled to another plane.
Oh, yes. I aim for the best. I'm a high achiever. I don't know what I'm trying to go for. But anyway, where are your folks?
They're just down this way, and I'm headed towards their house.
All right. And as you walk up to the door, give it a couple of knocks, and you hear your mother call out, "Come in, the door's open."
I walk on in. Hey, Mom.
Hello. It's good seeing you, dear. You should really stop by more.
It's good seeing you, too. I'm glad everything over here seems to be in one piece.
What the hell is on your shoulder?
Oh, right. This is Corn. Corn, this is my mother.
Hello. Pleasure to meet you, dear. If you don't mind, if that... And he hops off your shoulder, glides across the room, and quickly darts up to the fireplace. Can I have this? As a grilled cheese is just sitting on.
Oh, Corn! He's indoctrinated into Mom's grilled cheese.
I mean, I think you should be able to have one. They're pretty great.
I suppose I'll make some more.
He's from another plane. I don't think he's had grilled cheese before.
I will make more.
Thank you. Is Dad around?
Yes, he's in his study. It's down the hall, to the left.
Alright, I'm gonna go check in with him for a minute.
Okay. You're probably gonna have to really knock on that door. I don't know what he does in there, but he really seems to zone everything out when he's in there.
I'll go to the study and give it a good solid knock. If I had the spell, I'd cast it, but...
Yeah. You give it a good hearty knock. You don't hear anything on the inside.
I just try to open the door.
As you grab the handle and you turn it, it appears to be locked.
Oh yeah, thinking back to how he had his room all protected with magic-y stuff. Well, I guess I'll be out later. I'll go back into the kitchen with Mom.
Okay. And you can see Corn already sitting like on the counter, and she's just staring at him with a knife in hand, slowly cutting a piece of bread, and he's just staring down at it.
You don't have to be too scared around him. He's just very inquisitive.
What kind of bread is this? Is it rye? Is it barley? Is it potato?
Well, I stopped by because I think we're actually going to be heading off again, at least to Orwell once sun sets, and then from there I think we're heading south for quite a while.
And she turns around and says, "You're going back to Orwell."
For the moment, yes. We are planning on meeting up with Dio's sister there, and from there I think we're going to head south in search of a keystone, essentially the final piece of the staff,
I see.
in hopes to close the rift.
You're not planning on walking into any portals while you're in Orwell or the area, are you?
Well, we were going to take the teleportation circle over there, but other than that, I was hoping not to.
Right. Because it would be a shame. And you can hear the knife cut across the cutting board. Be a shame if you disappeared for a long period of time yet again.
Oh, right. No, we weren't planning on anything like that.
Of course. No one plans to be trapped in an interdimensional hallway where they are stuck for years on end. And she turns around with 2 slices of bread and some cheese placed on one of them.
I'd agree. That is something that you can't really plan on. But now that we're aware of the things that affect time and rifts, we're able to avoid it better. Hence why was kind of hoping to talk to Dad, because Korn here pointed out that the area around the rift is going to start accelerating time as the days wear on.
Oh my.
So I didn't know if...
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I didn't know if it's something that maybe he knows a way that could help slow it down, or if you'll need to think of joining the refugees in Orwell for the time being.
And you hear the door in the hallway slam open, and the quick footsteps of somebody starting down the hallway. Dear, I'm going to have to. I have to go speak with the council quickly. I've just realized something terrible. I'll be back in a moment.
Oh, Dad, wait. What happened?
And you hear his footsteps stop, and then his head pop into the kitchen. Oh, you're here. Well, I've been doing some math and some calculations, other things, but I've just discovered that the time in the area is starting to accelerate rapidly.
Oh,
I
right,
must let the council know.
Korn just mentioned that to us a little while ago.
Oh.
But I guess you figured it out. Yes.
Oh.
That's I came back to spend a little time with y'all because we're about to set off again tonight.
Oh, does the council know?
Actually no, I don't think anyone thought to bring that up. Well, I did, but then we didn't.
Right. Well, you said you were going. Well, where are you going?
Well, tonight we're all supposed to meet up in Orwell, and then we'll be there for about a week, waiting for Dio's sister to show up. And from there, I presume, barring anything strange happening, we'll be headed south to look for that keystone.
Ah, of course. That'd be very good. Council probably wait for a moment, if you're going to be heading out back to Orwell and whatnot, and you're not going anywhere near that portal again, are you?
Not until we have the keystone and we know of a way to close it.
Oh, I meant the one over where we both got stuck. Anywhere.
Wait, you mean the portal to Orwell?
No,
Or-
no. And he looks over at your mother. Is like, it's fine. Don't.
Is she like
Let's just
wide-eyed, slightly burning one of the grilled cheese?
Let's just have some lovely family time. That sounds good, right? All right. Corn. Tell me about what's it like in your neck of the woods? And we cut over.
Safe and wise.
Yeah, essentially I'm just going to hang out with them until sunset.
So
Alright.
on page 47.
As we cut back to Syphos and the contract. So as you can see right here, and we're cutting right back away to Kaine. What are you doing?
I actually haven't left the dining area as I was just still reading.
Alright, cutting to.
Oh boy.
She looks up and doesn't see anybody.
A couple of waiters walking by and like getting these weird images in their heads. So like, I don't know why, but today feels
I got tentacle kill today.
erotic. And we cut over to Dio. Let's follow that up. Funeral. So.
I wish I could see Jared's face. Oh my
You're
god.
just like
Dealing with the death. You know what today feels
Erotic.
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 sorry. I'm coping. I like that goat.
A little too much, apparently.
Oh god.
So, cutting over to Dio, who has, after making his way downstairs, there is no longer a line down here, as there was, God, that was yesterday. Feels like a lot longer, but
Yeah.
no longer a line down here. You do find a few mages stationed by the portal. And they're just shooting the shit back to each other. Some magical gibbledygook that, you know, you catch like a couple of words and you're like, okay. But they notice you approaching and like, oh, hello, are you looking to travel through the portal?
Yes, I've got some cargo I need to get over, and have they brought the?
Yes, you do have two Dragonborn, what looks like guards, carrying Clive in a very large box.
We're just going to we're going to go to Orwell.
Ah, I see. If you'll stand in the portal, we'll have you transported in just a moment.
All right.
And you can see them focusing energies into the crystal and taking turns doing so. They activate the portal and you're instantly in a new place with a couple of dwarves standing nearby.
What was the name of the person I need to get in contact with?
The person you need contact with was Carter.
All right. I walk up to one of the dwarven guards.
Hello.
Hi. I was told that I needed to talk to Carter.
Carter.
I believe he oversees the burial of war rams.
Oh, Brother Carter. Yes, he's good fellow. You'll find him in the main temple, central circle
All right. Thank you.
towards the southern gate.
All right. Thank you very much.
Not a
I
problem.
appreciate it.
Do you know your way out?
Actually, it might be. Do any of y'all know the way out here? Look at the guards.
No, I haven't been to here.
Right. We could use some assistance if you could find somebody to help
Very
us.
well. Dor, can you show these people to Carter? And a younger looking dwarf comes up to you and goes, I'll show them where he is. Follow me.
Where's Rasputin? I mean,
Rasputin?
yeah,
He's dead.
possibly he was getting up there.
Rasputin.
He's a
You're gonna
heart
have to
surgeon.
find him.
He's actually a heart surgeon now.
You're gonna have to fight him.
Ha!
You might.
Mike,
He is,
just
We'll
wandering.
see.
He's
Yeah.
wandering out there.
we'll see. You might find him in the world.
All right.
Who
awesome.
knows?
Anyway, back to that.
So,
I should just let all y'all die.
as bitch, I fucking E4. I walked out of that bitch.
Yeah,
Walked out.
I know. I should have just said no. But I
Damn, I was so right too. I like he's not a dwarf. I was wrong about what was under the coat, but I was right.
So, as you follow this younger dwarf out of the tunnels and into the main square, he leads you towards the south and a very large building that is just covered in vines. Some that are stonework and some that are actually grown vines.
Are some of them 7-second videos?
Uh,
No, they
No,
got rid of those. They
actually,
weren't making
yeah,
money.
they couldn't keep up with
God
that,
damn it.
so
got a 10 on
now
the
there's
ears.
just clocks all over it, and you can hear tick tock. So,
Rolling another animal check. That's 5. I think I died.
uh,
All right, moving on. Apologies.
Syphos back in the room is slowly dying inside.
Just, oh god.
But back to Dio. You do approach and find the entrance to this temple. And you begin to enter the building. The younger dwarf saying, have a good day, sir.
Hi, thank you.
And you open the very large and very thick, dark oak doors with carvings of a beautiful woman in a kneeling posture with her hands outwards, and several depictions of different races, very in small, in comparison, quite smaller, probably about the fifth of the size, and lined up across as if paying heed to these goddesses. You walk in and find that there are quite a few people here in prayer. Quick look around, there's probably about 40 people
Right.
in attendance at the moment.
Do I find anybody who looks like they work for the church?
There are a few people in robes. As you approach one of them,
Excuse me.
yes,
I was told to talk to Carter. I have a war ram that I wish to bury.
this is a very sad thing. Follow me, I will show you to Garter. And he leads you down a hallway into a different wing of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're starting to walk down here, you see long hallway where at the end of it, a set of doors that look to be made of wood, bone, and iron. You begin to approach, and the priest that led you here opens the door, and you enter a room that is filled with horns covering the walls. On close inspection, it looks like they are all the right horn of a ram, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And at closer inspection, you see that every one of them have carvings of different scenes. A good majority looks like battle. Some look like could be depictions of exploration, and others that look like they are almost peaceful in the fact that they have no fights in them whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And you see one lone man at the other end of the room, sitting in front of a fireplace, reading a book. And it looks up at you, and it is a gnomish man with a beard on him and no hair. A salt and pepper beard.
Right. Are you Brother Carter?
Yes, I'm Brother Carter. Can I help you with anything?
Yes. My battle ram has died in battle, and I was told that there was a special burial for battle rams here in Orwell, and I was wondering if I could bury him here.
Yes. The rams of Orwell are almost sacred to the city. They are protectors that help keep everybody safe. To give them any less than their full honors would be disgraceful.
Right. But it's okay if I just place him here then?
Yes, is he in, did you bring him with you?
I did, or did the guards come in, or is a room?
Oh, yeah, they're with you.
These guards have brought him in this casket.
I see. Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead, of course.
Alright, thank you. And he opens up the box and looks inside, and you can see that Clive lays there still in a bed of what looks like they had laid out a mattress on the inside of the box itself for him to lay upon. I see. What was his name?
His name was Clive.
Clive. That's a good strong name. And very strong horns. And write a good story on the.
Yeah.
So, the next part is going to be a bit rough. If you wish to stay, I will be removing his horns.
That's quite all right. I'm sure he would dislike it, but
it is tradition for our city on burial of a battle ram.
This one was quite proud.
I imagine.
Do you mind if I'm a bard by trade? Is it alright if I play a tune for
Of course.
the ceremony?
Of course.
I have two instruments here. I'd prefer to play the bagpipes, as it's kind of part of my people's tradition, but I don't want to be too loud, so I'm willing to play this in turn.
Well, if you wish, I could explain what the ceremony is going to be. Essentially, for the burial of Ram, we'll remove the horns. We will carve his story into the right horn. He will be cremated, and his ashes will be placed inside the left and given to you. It is also tradition for a lot of the riders, the cliff striders, have a tradition of spreading their battle ram's ashes in the canyon atop the mountain. But that is up to you.
I'll have to figure out where to spread him. I'm not a cliff rider, unfortunately. Is there anything I can do with his armor?
Well, that's up for you. I'll have it cleaned and fixed with that from any damages that might have been taken from his last fight, and we'll have it brought to you.
All right.
But there is a portion that I will need you for.
All right.
Because I will need you to tell me his story.
I am trained in doing that, so...
Oh, good. So...
I recount the tale of Clive, the battle ram with an attitude.
The Ascended Rail.
And then how he died in battle.
As you're telling him this, he's beginning to cut away at the horns with a saw that looks like it's being kept in very pristine condition. Almost looks brand new. And he saws away, and you can hear him, like a good listener, pay attention, gasp at proper moments. Like, no, sounds... Couldn't believe that. I mean, even for a battle ram, that seems a little far-fetched, but, you know. And after he finishes, he sits down with one of the horns and brings out another tool that looks brand new. And you can see him set the horn down onto a table that looks designed for this. It holds it at just the right angle for him to bring this tool up and begin to start carving into the horn. And as he does so, he asks you to explain of certain things in more detail so that he can get a good picture on how to design the stories that you had told him into depictions. How he went down into the depths of the southern range and helped you and your group fight against Nyogi beholders. How he was able to walk into a completely different world with you for a brief period of time. A journey across an ocean, across a desert, headbutting a fucking shadow skeleton in the fucking chest, and finally the battle which took his life. And after all is said and done, there's a good portion of the horn that has been taken up, but deep down you feel there's way too much space still left on there. Nevertheless, that is Clive's story. He looks at you and tells you, well, thank you for this. I will add it to the wall.
Thank
and
you.
I will get in contact with you for the ceremonial horn. Do you know where you'll be staying in town?
Yes. The copper-coated cup.
Right. Well, within a day, 2, I will have a horn sent to you. It will have his ashes and a cap that will keep everything inside.
All right. Thank you, Brother Carter. I very much appreciate it.
Not a problem.
And go to the copper cut.
Okay.
Coated cup.
Copper coated pet.
Triple C.
While I'm there, I'm gonna try to get some rooms for the group
Okay.
and see if I can perform at the end. Because it's been a while
Yeah.
that I'm not performing to intimidate an enemy force, and instead doing my actual job.
So, cutting back to some other people, as this took quite a bit of time. Syphos, you are finally finishing up on the last pages.
I want to see, maybe just to roll. I want to see if I can talk to Cole, maybe rearranging the deal a little bit more for like future expenditures. Being like, we're gonna go. I talked to him, being like, we're going to the south. We're gonna see if we can get the keystone, bring it back, and see if we can close the rift. Maybe getting a little more funds. Trying to negotiate up a fair deal. Maybe 7,000.
Okay.
If that's fair. If he would be okay with that.
Roll me a persuasion.
Okay. Persuasion. I'm pretty sure it's an 8. That's correct. Alright. Okay, cool. And I'm going to use Dark One's blessing just in case.
Okay.
No, I think I'm fine, but... Let's see. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22... Fuck it. 24.
24?
Yeah, 24.
Okay.
Denied! You know, I'd be really pissed, but I'd also understand.
As I'm telling you.
I was supposed to be like, no fucking way!
So, as I was saying, we could extend this particular contract. As for more funds, I can't offer much more at the moment.
How much
But-
would you be willing to?
Let's see. The agreement before was for, I believe, 5,000.
That is correct.
I can offer you 5 in 5. 5,500. And a promise for if you're able to close the rift entirely, I should be able to get a hold of another 2,000.
Cool, that sounds fair. And I appreciate your faith in us. 5,500 now, 2,000 later.
Yes.
Fair deal. Thank you. So back to page 20.
Yes, well, we will have to go back to subsection D, but if you can just give me a second. He writes out a couple of lines and says, okay, put your signature here, and we should be done. So,
Thank you, Cole.
not a problem. I'm glad that we have the paperwork done. If you don't mind, I have some other matters that I need to attend to.
Anything interesting?
Of course. And he pulls one piece of paper off the 2-foot stack and places it neatly in front of him and picks up his quill and begins to write down on the page, fully dismissing you.
I ask him during our meeting, just where do I take this? Like, where do I...
Oh, he's kept it.
No, I know, like, who do I talk to actually get
Did
funds?
did he give him the money or?
He tells you to speak with Jarvis.
Got it. Okay. thank you for your time, and I'm out. And I, summon Jarvis.
Just walk out, summon Jarvis.
Listen, he's Batman at this point. I'm pretty sure he's always watching all of us at the same time.
He's Santa.
As you
For real, though.
walk out into the hallway and call for Jarvis, you can hear him behind you. You called, sir.
You are terrifyingly good.
Actually, I was just down the hall.
Oh. Makes sense. Two things. One, we upped our deal a little bit. We are getting 5,500 gold right now.
Oh.
And then 2,000 hopefully on closing of the rift.
That is good.
Yes, this is fantastic. We actually have some funds to be able to afford some healing potions. Especially because our healer is gone.
Sounds terrible. Well, if you're looking for the funds, he pulls a chest up and just hands it out towards you. I believe everything should be in order. Just, if you wish to count it, you may.
Maybe in a little bit.
Of course. I believe there is a total of 5,500, with some of it being in platinum.
Perfectly fine.
Yes.
Also, anything on the leather gloves?
Yes, of course, sir. You will also find those in the chest.
You are good.
I tried my best.
And I put all of it in the bag folder.
Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you, Jarvis. Give my hand. Nice big handshake. It has been a pleasure. You are amazing, terrifying, and a saint all at the same time.
Thank you very much. And if you wouldn't mind, he pulls a sword out from his coat. I was given this by Byrdi for defense of myself and others. Would you mind giving it back to her? I was going to leave it in her room, but it appears she's already taken it.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll just go. Actually, everything in the bag of holding.
So going through with my dad and going through all like the paperwork and stuff like that we stole or that I collected from Orkblood's tent. I would also have him go through with me and all the other stuff that I picked up. Was there anything else of importance besides the paper because I basically raided the whole tent?
Besides the papers, you found a total of 44 gold through the several pouches that you snatched.
Okay.
Also, several different types of what looks like wooden tokens. About the same size as the coins, actually, but not a denomination that you know of around from any of your travels.
Okay.
You find what looks like could be a few charms, a total of 4, which from each of the bags. And they all look like what could have been a tusk with a hole drilled through, and a bone which could have been from a rib of small animal pushed through it.
Okay.
Not much other than that. A few trinkets here and there.
Okay. And did we glean any information from the work?
From all the paperwork, reading through it, it was a lot of paperwork, which was depicting a bunch of his life. And some of it seems a bit skewed in favor of him, for sure, as it reads like a self-written biography by someone who's fully certain that he was doing the right thing.
Got it. Yeah, okay.
But it does speak of the early days around the like before he found the staff, being a priest of Ural, and how he found that the orc people, especially in the capital of Tull, had been diversifying a little too much. Their people's culture was being ravished by those of other peoples that were just mingling too much, in his opinion, and the importance of their people was being lost. And then it speaks of the time when he found the staff, and how he started off actually just thinking it was a walking stick. Had twisted his ankle out in a field and found a staff just being handed to him by some strange fellow in a top hat. He took it, and after a while it felt like the staff was calling out to him. Started meditating with the staff and found that there was something within it that resonated with him, that it was going to give him the power to save his people from themselves if need be. And paraphrasing a lot, eventually he found a way to help others see his point of view, but it was only for those of pure blood that he could give this sight, this point of view to. And after a long time gathering the materials and the people he needed, he cast a spell that, from the readings, you could safely determine is what was the cause for the madness that came over the orcs.
Wait, so orc blood was that old?
Oh yeah.
Holy
That's
fuck.
shit.
It does later speak of how orc blood saw that started to believe that Ural was too soft, that he possibly even was negligent on his charges as orc blood had saw it. That he let his people grow so disjointed and eventually lost his faith and power with the deity.
Mm-hmm.
And after which the fight between the orcs and the rest of the population of Abed started turning against the orcs rather rapidly,
Mm-hmm.
until they were banished into the Badlands. Before this period, he had been learning more and more of what the staff can do, and thanks to that, after being banished, they were able to create a rift out of the Badlands. And eventually, after traveling through a new land, creating another one, they finally found themselves in a place where a singular ruler had conquered a rather large portion of the continent, and it was called simply the Empire. He later finds out that it was once called the Eternal Throne as well. And it is at this point when you're sitting there thinking, holy shit, there's a lot of...
But as long as we have it like collected, I'm going to bind it.
Mhm.
Old school binding, just so that I can keep doing research on it.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I'm going to have my dad go down with me to the merchant's quarter, like the actual like selling area.
Okay.
See if I can find any of my merchant buddies that might still be around.
Coming down here, you do find Jack.
What outfit is he with? What outfit is he with? Same one as earlier?
Yes.
What's your, Chell's next destination?
Well, let's see. If I remember correctly, we were probably going to be heading back north, but
I wouldn't recommend it. As she looks north towards the giant green cape.
well, I'm assuming he's not wanting to go directly north. I mean, that would seem... we'll go talk with him, actually.
Yeah. Let's do that. Dad? And I have Magnus with me as well.
Yeah.
Basically what I want to do is I want to set up say about getting them to go back south through Hope Springs.
Okay.
My goal is to spend my portion of
the Muns.
The
5,000.
The 5,000 to basically send back more building supplies.
Okay.
And a letter to my mom, which I already sent you.
Okay.
And my dad with Magnus.
So as you speak with him, you're able to negotiate a deal. He'll take the supplies and your father and the letter to Hopter Springs for about 150 gold.
Okay.
To travel through the desert. That's just bringing your father there. You'll be buying the supplies in a nearby city and bringing it back to Hopter Springs.
That'll work. Because there's nothing up here.
Yeah, nothing here, and he doesn't want to be dragging that much stuff through the desert.
Yeah.
Worms and all.
That's fine.
So, cutting over to Leofin and his family. Korn is just finishing telling you about a lovely spot that is filled with the largest bugs that can be found. And like I said, it's the oddest thing. If you just start, it looks like an empty field. And as you start walking closer and closer, it's almost as if you shrink down, but you're not really. It's everything actually grows around you. It's an illusion placed on the entire area. Everything becomes supersized. You're almost like an ant yourself, and all the grass is incredibly large. The twigs are like tree branches, and the trees are like, well, we don't speak about the trees. They're too large to even comprehend. But all the insects, ladybugs, they're like big cards. And all these other things, it's really something to see, I must say.
I'd say that sounds... You sure do get around.
Oh, yes. Like I said, it's been a very hectic 6 months out of the nest. Reach downs and takes a bite out of a grilled cheese. This is lovely.
Well, speaking of strange things, Dad, the ring that we're carrying constantly emits a very cold aura around it. Do you know approximately how long or how much it would cost to get some kind of box fashioned for it that would not freeze over carrying it?
It's not really my field of study, but I suppose if you were to speak with Dalinar, he could probably come up with something rather effective, being an artificer and whatnot.
I'll try and pay him a visit when we get to Orwell.
Yes.
About what time is it?
It's getting pretty late at this point. If you were to ask Byrdi, who's not here,
well, I just meant like how close is it getting to sunset?
it's the sun's getting low.
Yeah.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's about time for me to start heading that way, though.
Okay. Just make sure you stay away from any doorways that are giving off otherworldly vibes, and don't get caught in any temporal vortexes. And she
Right,
pats you on
I'll-
your shoulder.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind. Oh, speaking of temporal vortexes, are you two planning on staying here, considering what you've learned about the rift?
You know, that's probably not a good idea. I don't know. I'm gonna have to speak with the council. Part of me says yes. Part of me also says no, and I'm done with dealing with timey-wimey shit. But, well, I'll have to speak with the council and see if they need me for anything else.
Well, I know that our friend Dio was looking into learning sending. I might be able to use that to keep in touch with you.
Okay. Well, that'd be
But
great.
other than that, I myself don't know the spell.
Well, if, I believe you probably could find a sending stone over in Orwell. They're not too expensive, I don't believe.
Well, we do have some time there, and there is a portal that comes directly back here. I'll try and, if we have a bit of downtime, take a look at some of the shops after I speak with Dalinar. Maybe I'll pick one of those up and back here before we do set off south.
Yeah, well, that'd be good.
All right, well, I'm glad I got to see you guys again.
Yes, well, if you're able to get that stone, get it right to us, and we'll be able to speak on a regular basis. Make sure you're still with us in our own time, and everything's safe and good and whatnot. Yes?
Right, I'll try and get that done then.
Okay, good. So, have a safe trip. Tell Jar to take a break and probably switch out with one of the other mages. I'm certain he's been down there for far too long.
And who was that again?
Jar.
Jar. All right, I'll pass it along, and I'll give him a big hug and my mom a hug. And all right, well, I'll see you guys in hopefully less than 90 some odd years.
Okay, good. And your mother does not look amused.
I didn't think she would. And I'll head out and start making my way to the portal room.
As you do.
Oh, and before I do, I make sure that Corn's coming along.
Oh, he definitely is, because he is on your shoulder.
Oh.
And he is head stretched out. You can hear him, "Hi-ho, Silva!"
Well, I'm glad you found yourself a nice perch as I'm walking out to the door.
Yes, it's quite comfortable, and you smell nice right now.
Thank you.
Think.
Yeah.
I like to imagine Leofin's mom being like, "Your free subscription to living outside this house has just been terminated."
So, as the party starts heading off towards Orwell and the Copper-Coated Cup, we will skip some pleasantries. You make it down into the portal room through a portal.
Hey, boy, you need to swap out the mages. They're gonna overheat.
Understood, sir. And
Aye.
people switch out. You get sent off to Orwell, and following Byrdi's direction, find your way to the Copper-Coated Cup, where you do find Dio standing on stage, about to begin a performance. He takes note of you. You see the crowd inside the inn itself, with people at attention. And which instrument are you using?
The last time I was denied the bagpipes, so
Definitely bagpipes.
it's bagpipes time.
All right.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Has he already been performing songs and we just walk in at this?
He's about to perform. And as he looks up, sees you'll enter, and he puts the pipe up to his mouth. That's where we're going to end for the night.
Damn it.
Ah, come on.
I
Yeah,
knew it.
I'm giving you blue balls on your fucking
Or
performance.
Don't worry, it's gonna be the first thing you get to do next week.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey y'all, Amy here. Thanks for listening to the Ring of Contrarians podcast. New episodes come out on the 8th, 16th, and 24th of every month. You can listen to us anywhere fine podcasts are found, and on YouTube. Check us out on Twitter and Facebook at @ofcontrarians. We'll see y'all next time.